The Steelers signed veteran outside linebacker James Harrison to replace injured Jarvis Jones earlier this season. With 4 sacks in 2 games, the Silverback is no longer replacing, he's leading. With Steelers Film Room and Behind the Steel Curtain, I'm Neal Coolong. The Steelers have gotten great pass rush over the last few games, particularly against the Baltimore Ravens in a big Week 9 win over their arch rivals. James Harrison was a big part of the reason for that, and we're going to break him down on Steelers Film Room and show exactly the level of performance that he had in this game. It's no secret the biggest part of James Harrison's game and his career has been his run defense. Not only is he incredibly strong off that offensive left edge, but he has quickness as well to establish position and let his technique do the rest for him. First play we're going to look at here in the first quarter on Steelers Film Room against the Baltimore Ravens with 12:04 left. We're going to see Harrison out at his normal position, but the Ravens are going to decide to try to block him with tight end Owen Daniels. This is something the Ravens did against Jason Worlds the first time these two teams played, and they had a high level of success against it. It's no secret either, James Harrison is a much better run defender than Jason Worlds is, and he's a lot stronger and he could even be quicker. Looking at him in this game, it seems like he is, in fact. No pass rushing outside linebacker really should be beaten by a receiving tight end. In fact, he should whip him around like a rag doll. And while Harrison doesn't exactly accomplish that on this play, as you can see right off the snap, he's going to drive his inside shoulder into the outside shoulder of Daniels and establish that edge position. From there, Daniels' back is to the ball. He can't see what he's doing, and Harrison's able to just rip right past him and get in on the play. Now, granted, Steve McClendon really makes this play happen for the Steelers. It goes for a yard gain, but with Harrison, he would have been right there for maybe a yard and a half gain outside of it. Running at James Harrison is not the easiest thing to do, and the Ravens know that. The fact they tried it this early in the game and really didn't try it again stands a testament to how well Harrison is playing. For as strong as James Harrison is, his best attribute might be his flexibility. He's very muscle bound, and you wouldn't think a player that's as compact as he is would have the level of flexibility that he does, particularly in his lower body. But this play demonstrates that level of flexibility and how much it's coming back from where he started this season. It's in the first quarter again, and Harrison's going to be lining up right off Ravens left tackle Eugene Monroe. You can see right off the snap, Harrison is able to read the pass, and he's going to duck inside and get his left arm right underneath Monroe, who's trying to block him out to the outside and push him out wide. Harrison's able to get low enough underneath him that it forces Monroe basically to stand up straight. You can see how straight his knees are. He's not in a very athletic position. And he's going to try to push the much more compact and lower to the ground Harrison out wide by standing up straight. That's not going to work. And Harrison's able to just dip underneath him and get into a very low angle to the ground. That's going to give him the ability to get right past Monroe and to get right after Ravens quarterback Joe Flacco. He finishes off the play with a big sack with the help of rookie defensive end Stephon Tuitt, who probably would have had Flacco in his own right. But Harrison's move on this play is exemplary of excellent pass rushing technique and a big part of the reason why he has 4 sacks in 2 games. Sometimes the biggest plays a defense can make isn't in what's designed to happen, but rather how the defense reacts to what the offense is doing. This play is a good example of that. And as you can see, Troy Polamalu is going to blitz right off the snap, and with that, the rest of the Steelers' defense is going to crash into the right side. The idea here is to get Polamalu isolated on Ravens running back Justin Forsett in a pass protection situation. That's what happens, but you can see Harrison, as he's slanting down to the offensive right side, he notices that Ravens tackle Eugene Monroe also is going inside to the right. And with that, Harrison's just going to run right past him. He sees an opening, and with that, he forces the pressure that Polamalu doesn't get. And because Joe Flacco is unable to see that Daniels is wide open because Lawrence Timmons slipped, he rolls out to his right side and tries to throw the ball away, I think. Instead, it throws it right against Jason Worlds. That's a big play in this game. The Steelers were able to get a touchdown on it, and they never trailed again in picking up a 43-23 win over their arch rivals. James Harrison's ability to impact an offensive game plan and pick up splash plays for the defense is a big part of the reason why the Steelers are improving as much as they are at the middle point of the season. Sitting at 6-3 and with the pass rush that's actually there and consistent, we haven't seen this the last couple seasons out of the Steelers, you're looking at a team that has a legitimate shot to come back and win the AFC North title. With 2 more games against the Cincinnati Bengals, Harrison's former team, you have to hope that Harrison's able to continue getting the level of production that he is. If he's able to do that and the rest of the Steelers' defense is able to follow suit, there might be enough offense here for the Steelers to make a pretty decent run at the playoffs and make some noise while they get in there. It's still early in the season if you think about it. There are 7 games left, and the Steelers should be favored in their next 2 starting in Week 10 against the New York Jets. Hopefully Harrison's able to continue contributing the way that he has and hold down the fort until Jarvis Jones returns. And when Jones does return, it's a question of who's going to get on the field more. But right now, it wouldn't look like you can really take Harrison off of the field and limit him in any kind of way in terms of his play counts. It's something to keep an eye on as we continue throughout the season, but we're going to break down even more here this week, so get ready for it here on Steelers Film Room.